Made for March? Yes, indeed. Made for April? Yes, sir. And in the mix for 6? You bet. Now they've got 6. The Huskies are 6-time national champions. And it's time to celebrate UConn hoops at center court again. 75-60 will be the final.
More confetti for this UConn men's basketball team.
University of Connecticut made for anything. That's why they term it the basketball capital of the world. And the best program in this sport is in the house at Big East Media Day, the back-to-back reigning national champion Huskies. And we tip it off with head coach Dan Hurley. Dan, you went 9-0 in New York City last season, and you were perfect inside this building from November in your MTE right on. What's it like to come back in this house?
Yeah, just getting to even getting to the hotel, driving into the city last night, you know, you kind of get that similar feeling like you get checking into the hotel night before you play St. John's, or you play, you know, some of these big non-conference games we play, or the Big East tournament. So, winter's coming, season's upon us. Got those kind of nerves and butterflies in your stomach, and you're just ready to go.
I think it's safe to say no one's going to screw up their preseason coaches' poll and picks after what the Huskies did last year coming off the championship. You made that clear last year at the desk as well, Mr. Hurley.
Yeah.
But I love how you break down the psychological aspect of it. Obviously, what you're doing in the sport right now is historic. What have been the challenges on your end this offseason?
Yeah, and that was the coaches that voted it too. So I can't even blame you guys.
Yeah,
right.
We're off the hook.
Right. Well, we were on point.
You still,
Yeah. I mean, were you involved in some?
No.
No.
So, again, like we were, where you are in the preseason, although I think, especially when you've had championship success, and we've had a lot of it recently, I think you have to find external motivating things. We don't really harp on it as much as probably the public perception that I helped create this UConn versus the world mentality. But it is a program, I don't know whether it's because of where we're located in Storrs, Connecticut, or the fact that you're not necessarily the darlings of college basketball, even though your past 30 years in the sport far exceed anyone else's last 30 years in the sport. So I think the more that you could use things to keep you motivated, whether it's preseason polls or, the fact that, Alex wasn't preseason player of the year, and Alex wasn't an AP All-American after being on back-to-back national championship teams. It's stuff you could use.
You mentioned your team, Alex, being the head guy, the only returning starter. Just help us understand I just want to remind people, you lost more talent than any other program probably in the country. Lost 2 lottery picks in Stefan Castle and Klingen, and then you lost 2 other guys to the second round that are on the opening season roster today. They lost the best point guard in the country in Tristan Newton, the best perimeter defender in Stefan Castle, the best rim protector in Klingen, and the best shooter in Cam Spencer. And now you come back for a third quest for your third championship. How do you process that, and how do you reload and get these guys going in the direction you want?
I mean, it sounds like we're up against it.
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, even though just the last 2 years, and we've lost 7 players to the NBA, and then we lost 2 critical rotation players in Joey California and Naheem Aline. So it's been 9 players, but we do have a championship DNA. We've got a championship belief. I think there's a confidence in the way that we play that obviously if you're not bought into it, you're a fool, because the level that we're playing basketball at the last couple of years has not only created opportunities for our players to become NBA players, but we've dominated the sport in the most critical time, March Madness. So, we believe in our player development. Obviously, we're banking heavy in our ability to continue to take a player who, Tristan Newton's junior year, and then I don't think anyone projected him to be a first-team All-American as a senior. He developed into that. So we got to have those bumps by critical players like Alex, like Samson, like Hassan. And I think most importantly, we've got to get these 2 transfers up to speed because they're not exactly where we want them to be right now. And the sophomore class is going to be huge. And I really love where Solo Ball is. I love where Jaden Ross is. We got to get Jay Stu a little bit up to speed with where the other 2 sophomores are.
Let's stick with that, because in this sport of off-season chaos where there's the transfer portal, and you did take a couple of transfers, player development has been such a staple to what you do. To have those returning sophomores and Solo Ball, Jaden Ross, Jalen Stewart, what have you seen from them, and what do you expect from them in year 2?
Yeah, I mean, there was a lot just during the course of the year. We really studied their development throughout the year, and obviously it was decisions that we had to make, and it's a little bit of a gamble. I think the easier thing to do, which 90% of high majors are doing right now, is just forget the young players. We're not really developing. We're going straight G League. And we're just going to get as old as possible. And I think we're an outlier right now that way, where we're going to really, really bank on our ability to get these young players, where we need them to be. I think it gives us a stronger culture. It gives us a better cohesion. I think it creates an organization that is really connected. But I understand the questions about us being a little bit banking on some people that haven't done it before, but we've done that the last 2 years and it's worked out.
I'll just end with Alex. Just talk about his transformation of his role now. I mean, he's your only returning starter. I think he's an All-American type of player. You do too.
Yeah.
What are you seeing from him, and how has his role changed, or is it changing as we're speaking?
Yeah, so Alex gets a chance, I think, obviously to be more of an impact player at the offensive end, somebody that has a chance to, just to create more and attack more and play off script more. And, he leads by example in an incredible way, but I think part of his evolution to becoming an NBA player and to becoming a leading man as opposed to an incredible supporting actor is to be able to handle the weight of being the face of the organization. Yeah. Not just from a production standpoint, but from being the person that the media goes to after a tough loss, to be the person that's got to rally the team when I'm not happy with what's going on in a particular practice or what have you. So there's a lot of weight that you got to carry when you're the man, and Alex is about to carry it.
What could Big East fans, real quick before you go, Coach, expect from Liam McNeeley?
I mean, when we get him healthy, and we got to get him back, and we got to get him healthy, I think you're going to see the best prepared freshman to start a year that we've had, or as well prepared a freshman in terms of what he brought in before UConn. I mean, this guy is he's just super mature with his approach to the game. He's going to be able to handle the moment because he's a total cyborg basketball, just third generation college basketball player, coming from a very serious family of really just incredible people. So he was just totally built for this. He's a plug-and-play player with the way we play. I know he's going to hear this clip. His defense has got to get better. But this guy can really pass. He's going to rebound. He's going to score. And he just fits the way we play and our culture perfect.
Oh, one and done, top 10 pick last year in Stephon Castle. Now the Big East preseason freshman of the year in Liam McNeeley. Dan, thank you so much for the time.